The jaw, to seem to go precocious as Meg. From the secret that told of Rory, is when horrible that farewell before long. I felt coming likely near. So, you dudes into where? Gattin out of the place of Sally. Gave me quite talking about the marriage of Belmavoto. I was very fine. The two of you to spend this winter in Paris. Became the other contact as I guess no matter how happy. Quote, to there. Rory also came back. The lockin' together. While you are talking about Meg of marriage. Finally Meg. I do not get married with sauce. I said. Began to walk soon unawares. From two people then. Like a child. Laughing. I went with you or each other pecking. Well, then those that 12 weeks. The constant was often really strange behavior. I have everyone surprised. Or went over to the front door when the footsteps of the postman is. Or to erect fencing to Brooke teacher. Or looked at Meg with a sad face as quietly sat down. Suddenly, you can kiss jump to Meg. Rory when the come. To have kept Sakuba by two people. Or talk to a newspaper. Exactly. Will do that if you were. One day, Miss came jump to among the home. To lie on the sofa. I was pretending to read the newspaper. Beth asked. The Irish Aru read what? Novels that compete painter. I interesting. Give me to read. When Meg says. Joe is clearing his throat. But began to read. In a romantic saku. That is coming out person would in the end everyone dead. Was quite tragic thing. Right on Toko like to make love. It's the author. And if Amy ask. You sister. You. Cried as Meg. And I very ojo zoo. Emmy. And oh, I shoulders are broad. Beth. To this success. Everyone was joy enough to want out dance. Come jump also Hannah. Raised the voice of surprise. Mom also would have thought no matter how proud. Joy. It has turned scratching all over the house like a storm. Joe because the full tears in the eyes. The newspaper of the name that has been printed and Miss Josephine March was looking at the over to the hands from everyone's hand. I let talk completely. And you came at the newspaper? How much able to? I wonder if Dad you say Nanty. Rory did not laugh. Quote, gathered around the jaw the house of the person. Cried one after another. And so, I Chamau said everything. Joe is talking about when I went to sell the works of their own. I went to listen to the answer. But funny with two. For the first time people not issued a document fee. Only put to the newspaper. If instead, so as to write a good thing. I talked with was that come to buy the manuscript. So, for I came I also too. And then, Rory have raised to show do not hear me show me that. Rory of came send this today. Say and write more because they can be better. And also as to issue a document fee from the next. I'm glad. To go to eat in what was written in their own. Everyone's life but also to ease. Can we do it maybe something? Quote, Joe has expired breath talking with one stroke. Then, over the face in the newspaper. It has wet the novel of his own with tears. A pen, and standing alone. That's appraised from loved ones is. For the first thing in the jaw. Was is that I'm happy. Light of the shadow of the 15th cloud. And I November. I unpleasant month. In the opportunity that Meg went. Joe also Emmy also. Overlooking the garden of Shimagair. Has a story that does not sets off a lot of care. Beth was looking out the window to another. There are two happy. Mom's a welcome back from the town. Mr. Rory is likely to also be a something funny story. I come missing your garden. Both of them have come into the house. The mother was asked did not come a letter from Dad. Rory, since head fluctuates so to do the math today. Called to go send Brooke teacher in horse-drawn carriages. How about, everyone come. Carriage is a good feeling I'm gloomy today. Said, was the soy cake very well, Meg, that it is better not to drive together and so often young man. I wanted to follow the mother of opinion, but was otherwise noted, now to go out the other three people. Rory the aunt, does not it's something patronized, quote, and asks the usual lovely voice, was to say that March wife, please depending on the thank you. Can once the post office do it the day the coming of the letter today does not come's postman is dad, so that your day sama outseated date, no doubt to give the letter. Quote, at that time, ring loud bell. Shortly Hannah came with a piece of paper. Hannah, saying, his wife. It came the terrible telegram. As if the telegram is also in the explosion. Was out fearfully. Mom. But I read so as to snatch it. As if it were driven into the chest like a bullet. And turn pale. Was it take fallen on the chair? Rory is applied to the downstairs to take the water. Megan Hannah cause fired the mother. Joe was raised reading in trembling voice. March to Mrs. Goshujin congestion Sugakoraratashi. Washington blank hospital s hail. The room was a shin to hit the water. Daughters. I felt like all the happiness and the force of their lives is taken away. Mom. Rather quickly to us. Reread the telegram. He told me in a heartbreaking voice. I will go out soon. But it may not anymore in time. Oh, you guys. If Mom is, please lend force to withstand it. For some time. Words and the comfort of Choppy. And the words of the oath that help each other. In addition to the voice of the sob that streaks in the words believe the God of the car. In the room did not do anything of sounds. But, back to our pathetic Hannah. In the wisdom not to notice in myself. Showed a good model to other persons. In other words, for Hannah, the fact that the work is. It was in good medicine to cure every most worry. God, you please observe the husband. I do not need nothing but cry. Wife must be a shitaku maid to your people, said Hannah when from sincerity. The tears in the apron wiping. And hold the hand of the March women in the hard hand. I came out to work more than others. I say of Hannah. Not when crying. Give me everyone calm. And late to think the mother. Mom. While the pale face. Holding the sadness then readjust the mind. When it began a variety considered for daughters. Daughters also tried to calm down care. And, where is Rory, Mom? I first decided to should be made in the first place. I am here, Aunt. Please something is not. I said. Rory is. Came out from next to the room in a hurry. He among the sorrow of this family of people. No matter how intimate, I think unexpected shall be mixed. I had retreated to the room next door. I'll do a telegram that start at once. The next train should leave early tomorrow morning. So go. That is in addition to are you ready for? Horse. You go anywhere. You anything. Then, you must deliver the letter to the place of the marchant. Ja and a pen and paper please. The letter was written. Rory has been passed. So, I'm sorry that I need your help. Do not something injured running a horse in the Mecca. Because I'm good without so much hurry. But, the word is not protected. Rory and after the 5th, I had to run the horse in the vigorous momentum. Joe, you go to the office. Please come ripple me I cannot go. Please come to the shopping on the way. Because I right now. Then Beth at Toko's Lawrence. The 2 old wine please come to our book. If for the father, cannot help think that embarrassing that the get. Emmy, please ask him to down the trunk of black leather in Hannah. Meg, your mom. The Sagashi Mono please help me. Because I is running very upset. Quote, or writing a letter, or thought, or orders. All the mom must be at once. Meg was referred to as I want you to have a rest from work on their own. But, it is rest to mom. Let's be why, safely in the fun was home. Now is blown rough into ominous storm. Everyone is like a leaf. There was no addition to being blown off. Lawrence old man, came with Beth. Kind old man, what is going to be for the sick? Was brought to think only conceivable. Then, in the absence of his wife. So take care of my daughters told me to undergo pulling. Mom was able to rest assured. In addition, the old man, referred to as anything what you need is to provide, began to say and even go together to accompany to Washington. But, that get to go to the old man in a long journey. We cannot be very otherwise specified appreciate the favor. Shortly after went back old man. Meg rubber shoes on the one hand, and go over the front door with a cup of tea in one hand. I ran in to love to Brooke teacher. Now, I've heard of it, but really poison the favorite. I came I led to your attendance of the mother. Lawrence San, I was able errands to squid me to Washington. So, if we take care of the mother along the way, it is really satisfying. Quote, Meg, the more likely drop the compromised rubber shoes was full of gratitude. Everyone. Nanti, well, what is your kindness? Mom, will I tasu accepted is surely pleased. You will find a peace of mind if kudas are care. We do not have any monkey try of thanks. Meg, the Brooke teacher, went to and the mom is guided to the drawing room. Rory is. When the home with a letter from Marchant. All of the preparation was in place, and money that I asked as some of the letter. It was written that had often gone from the front. In other words, to March I had always said that they should be entering the army. And anyway not to Rokna it, but had in mind, has become such a thing. In the future there was hope that according to that say of their own, Mom is on the fire a letter. Put the money in the wallet. We continued to tightly by connecting the mouth. Also get ready. Short afternoon gave me. Corner all outside of errands. Meg and Mom. Necessary sewing. Beth and Emmy the preparation of dinner. Hannah is ironing, but was moving everyone busy hand. What was or not? Joe is still returned not. When everyone is beginning to soon worry. Miss came back in a strange facial expression. Then, a little clog the voice. Was I that getting better as you're sick of this father? Only such I of mood I thought to get used to your way to the house. The tobacco of the bill to the mother saying, well, from where did you got? $25 Joe, do not palm to be your ridiculous. No, it's fine I of money. It is what sold the money of their own. When the jaws take off your hat. Everyone, there, once, I gained a voice of surprise. Bushy hair had been cut short. This better is. I have a good feeling and refreshing. Proud of the hair of his own. But was likely to cause the vanity. Even this I say. Give me taking please money. Joe, the mother. But I do not think that satisfaction. Vice does not do. All you love. You know well that you have to sacrifice the vanity. But you know, there was no need to be to do that it is. I will regret someday. Quote, no, I do not do that. Miss, that you have of yourself, because has not been condemned to one purchase. I said, relieved, everyone, for the hair of the jaw. I thought many. After all, it was serious incident. If it were in the table, it was buzzing with talk of hair. Top it off there was a variety of talk. It was jaws good. I did not think Nandy sell the introduction hair. While you are walking well considered what to do. Pop and look at the window of a barber. But a long time. I is not more intense black hair. A bunch of $40 of the prompt block to me to be walked and I realized that there are things that become money. And I did ask us to buy the hair too much. Store of people. That the girl came to sell hair somehow. Rashiku not much. But I was surprised. The color of the eye of the hair. Saying that it is not now fashionable. Gonna try to buy cheaper should be, so to speak, the reason there of me money. By all means of it, by all means to hurry. So Shatara came out and heard his Okami-san. I give your delight daughter to buy. If you have me on hair. Such as sell also sell if for Jinmi of house in Masuyo. It does kind also, because Jinmi is a son you are campaigning me. Quote, when the story is finished, asked as Meg. When turned off, I did not think the scary. In between the barber has issued a tool. I too enjoyed seeing. I looked at the hair of their own. But, I do not sobbing. When you cut on even. Feeling such an around here as Kira arm or leg and eared. Okami-san is noticed in looking at the hair that I was Kira. Long hair one to take off. And put away in advance please to say of me. Mom. This will give you the memorial. Refreshing when you cut to. I do not think tries to stretch me ever again. Quote, Mom. Fold the hair. gray hair and with short dad was away and among the desk. Mom. But I only say thank you. Daughters change the story to see the complexion of the mother. And that kind of Mr. Brooke. And it likely will be a good weather tomorrow. And Rashi back home dad. Such is the joy of their own can be nursed. He was talking as much as possible healthy. Did not want to sleep nobody. And depression of the 10 o'clock. Mom. Come on. I say with you. On the piano. It drew in addition favorite hymns dad. Genki began to good singing. But one also no longer out one person and voice. Only Beth music is always comforting. Sang with great heart. When the hymn is finished. Daughters to kiss the mother. Was entered on the floor quietly. Beth and Emmy is. Even if there is every big worry. But was sleeping soon. Meg did not sleep. Miss? I did not also body movement. Meg. But I thought that the other sister was asleep. Was multiplied by the voice because I heard a sob as pressed down. Joe, are you crying by the father? It's not so now, that of me hair. Joe is to say so, cried still vigorous. Meg to kiss the beleaguered sister, stroked its head. I'm of not regret, because I lost a beautiful thing. Only cried a little bit. But, because I already completely calm. Do not tell anyone. Her sister is. Why not Nira? Quote. Since the very worried. Look thinking fun. Able to sleep. While you are talking. The constant laughed large. Meg is saying to quit chatting. Promise to put a curl to the jaws of the hair. We have asleep eventually 2 people. When the watches of the clock 12, which is quietly room subsided. 1 person cages. Walking the bed from the bed of the daughters. Or touched the futon. Or fixed the pillow. Or looked at it face. Lips it was gently or dedicated a kiss or hot prayer. The person cages. Pulling the curtain. When I looked up at the dreary night sky, appeared the moon from the shadow of the sudden black cloud, like the bright mercy subcommittee face, but was to shine in the person cage. His face, words in the defunct words, seemed to have whispered this. Mind any easier, beloved soul, in the shadow of the cloud, there is always light. 16th letter bouquet of cold, in the dim dawn, sisters with a lamp. I read the Bible and avid than ever before. Its small book, head and full of salvation and comfort. As you cage downstairs, made the other shitaku. Hannah was working in the busy kitchen. Mom. I did not sleep at night. Looked gaunt badly, so as not to grieve more mom worry. But was going to send out on a journey. Looking at the face of the mother. No longer not but with Numita Guma. Mom did not eat too much even for the dining table. Until the coming of the horse-drawn carriage. Everyone without speaking too much. I have errands around the body of the mother. Mom was good. Mom. You will continue to ask Hannah and Lawrence's. Hannah is a heartfelt, dutifully person. That kind who is next door. You, guarded like the daughter of their own and you do. So, Suko Shimo I will not worry. However, this unfortunate well understand. In the absence, Dari sad, frustrated or, without or lazy. Please do the naming of the work. With hope work even standing is what? And never mind that not lose dad welcome. Quote. Yes, mom. Mom still finally gave attention to each person's daughter. When was the sound of horse-drawn carriages? Everyone is well under. Did not have a person to make a voice of sorrow. However, to kiss to mom quietly. If starts to move horse-drawn carriage. I thought I would bat the hand and healthy. Rory and the old man came to see off. Accompany Brooke teacher. Because I looked really tan Amashiku. That the guide's great Mr. Hart among the pilgrimage play. A nickname. I put immediately. When the carriages started to run. Like a good prelude. Just sunlight was against everyone's send-off. Then, when the mother turned the corner. And finally to the eyes. And 4 of the glorious face. And Lawrence old man standing as escort behind that. And Hannah. Sincere Rory be it was ye. And you. Nanti will of us kindly. Mom. Saw the respect and compassion that appeared on the face of Brooke youth. Dat who. I do not but be kind to you, said Brooke teacher, because laughed good feeling. Could not help but smile even mom. Thus long distance travel is, and smile and sunlight, of fun words, was started at a good omen. Somehow I feel like after that was also in the earthquake, and when the two people next door would go back home, it was just good. I seem to have gone home half. I said, was crispy Meg as good to sad? Then, daughters, regardless of the was a brave decision. I had broken down crying on the spot. Hannah is Kakashi care. It leaves softly. Apparently when the shower has become sunny came with a coffee brewer. I do exactly as you said the mom. With a healthy coffee. In the morning. Delicious coffee especially Hannah drew out arm. Everyone is elated completely. Diligently able to work. With the hope of. The slogan is expected. Miss? To the place of the marchant. Meg Ikama to work to the king home did. Then, Emmy and Beth, the work of among the house to help Hannah, went to clean up from the next to the next. In this way, my date, energetic worry bright, went past without incident, and that dad was too much comfort and daughters. There was in serious condition. The most excellent nurse from so attending. The effect has already appeared. Brooke teacher my day, so you let me know the condition. Meg of the Express as head of the family is. But I decided I'll read. Week. As to the second week. It gave me finally cheered daughters. Writing a letter swollen everyone a great deal. It was put out to Washington. From among the letter. Let's secretly showcase. Nostalgic mom. The other day of your letter is there as much as I would like Kanaru or not happy at me us no matter how, because so much happy letter. We have decided laughing or crying while reading. Brooke-sama, let there in Nanti what is your kindness. Lawrence customers for your convenience, and who have had so long. The father and mother, the give much for everything is. It you will find a truly happy. Miss? Us with the help of me of sewing. Need to know that this attack on the morality of that child is not continued. Yonkong is about to become worried and not make a overwork. Beth like a clock properly. You have to work yourself. Emmy is. My well for us heard to say. Mending of button darning socks. You'll do well taught to me. Lawrence-sama, like a chicken mother took a year. Joe will you say so? We should be our care. Rory also was to too much kindness. Since the mother was Rashi soldiers far away we will also feel like orphans sometimes lonely. But you me cheered the Rory and Jaw. Hannah, it is like a saint. Day and night has been waiting for your return of the mother. Earnestly not please give my best regards to the father. Then Meg mom. The smell of containing. In stationery. Neatly wrote this letter unlike the next letter. You yes and Kakinagu. A big stationery. My Tatoi mom, for nostalgic father, Banzai 3 cheers, that it has been Yokunara of the father. As long as truly Tanamashikias let us know Brooke teacher in the telegram. Kakayagari look at the telegram to the roof room. To thank God for us and good to his servant to the monkey. Just loud, only cried repeatedly and happy. But, it is proposed that do the same with the long time prayer. Watashi Kyo has lived interesting. The guy's badly kindness. Button activates her in the nest of turtle doves. Meg's sister is. Behavior-ish mom. Made day by day beautiful. Sisters. Seems to be a cute angel. Of the usual jaw. And Rory oh yeah? We fight. It is poor the better of me is correct was excuse. Coming back to say that I have not come to apologize. Diplomatic relations severed. I do not come, but waited to come to an error of Rory. That night, when the Emmy fell into the river, remember the lessons of the mother. To come after reading the Bible, and the unexpected must not sleep while angry. Love and Rory coming to an error. Completely mind is sunny. Replace good friends have become. I made a poem to help you with the washing of yesterday's Hannah. Dear Emakusa, the father, on my behalf. Please give the kiss with great affection. Then bullshit of the jaw. Song of the soap water. My tub of queen I will sing fun. White millet is in between which stand bubbled higher, and diligently washed squeezed, and then ho! Under the beautiful sky, the wind around blow. Select ones will be fluttering shark. Attached to me are hearts and spirits. I want to wash a week of dirt, in the mysterious power of the water and the air. I want to cleanly cleanse, to do them in the world a very nice. Select 8 will be carried out. The good of the people of the world trail will always Panji bloom. Also busy heart trouble, also melancholy, also sadness. Free time is there is not to think. When you use diligently the broom. Worry I think also become yes. Work to serve every day. It was given to me happy. Me bring strong because that it force and hope to work. I feel various well in mind, many considerations well in my head. But the hand is always exerts so. Nostalgic, Mom, when my affection and the Father has become your way. You will find only to send and press flowers of 3 colors, violet that was to cherish and tries. Dear eyes, I strive to become a good child, to read that book morning when sleeping will sing a favorite song of Dad. I, Makoto of the country, does not sing. Sing because come crieth. Because everyone is sure to cherish. Even Mom is absent. You have lived happily. Since Emmy is so right, the rest of this paper, I will stop at this. My day. And that's how the clock. I never forgot to put a good air to the room. Please give my best regards to the old father. Smaller Beth. I mother, is everyone healthy? I am studying my date. We listen to what you say, her sister. Meg's sister is. You should be very gently. You should eat as airy when the dinner. Joe's sister says that it quiet for because I eat sari. To soon become 13. Rory is at me in children treatment. Or say the chicks. I is in French. Toka Marushi. Thank you. And say Toka bonjour. Hello. You annoy speaking French to fluent. Since the sky blue of the dress sleeves has expired. But Meg's sister was sure Sukekaya seems new. Better, the previous color is too blue now, useless. It was unpleasant, but not guzara. Painful. You have to put up with. Hannah's with the more glue to the apron. I think that good to make me eat buckwheat. Hear my date. Meg's sister is. I sentence. And out of the rotor type. You say how to use the character is that it is useless. There is no way because it is a lot of that. Goodbye. Please earnestly best regards, saying to Dad. Then Emmy. Oshitawa Shiki marched to the wife. I would like to stroke. You fluent in your science and engineering will be to better your work. Meg-sama. A good wife the first time will be made swallow anything fast. Tips. It goes into a constant customers first and foremost standing in your work. But since he does not from thinking, does not change. Nasarua perpetrated what? Monday it may leave the selection. But give them a ride to not squeezed, or blue and peach color calico. Laughed about tumble funny. Beth Sama is a person that could be a good number 1. Hand screwdriver is good. I am a great help. Anything may trying to remember. You will go to shopping in the market. Contact Oshia as expected of everyone fairly. Insurance in the promised wife. Coffee once a week. Food is in the sum of the nutrition. You do not do luxury. Emi-sama, or wants to wear good clothes. Whither wants the candy. There is also when Nasaru need the wine. Rory-sama, but is Kibo aberrant of the usual. So you should be cheered, everyone is fine. Since the bread was about to bulge. It will stop at this. No, please give my best regards to her husband. Pneumonia, we will pray that you heal faster. Than Hannah Mallet. The second issue with head nurse Dono. The whole army morale actively in Rappahannock Riverbank is extremely quiet. Logistics portion of the treatment Yoroshi. It hits the Wehrmacht, the security of Teddy Colonel commanding. Commander-in-Chief Lawrence Generals. Made the censorship of my date army. Nourish engagement Mallet Totino the quarters. The name of the dog. Lion Major attached to the responsibility of the middle of the night sentries. The good news of then Washington. 24 rounds of firing, a salute of guns. Okino, a large military parade in the headquarters. to tell Nese a Foruru blessing of the Commander-in-Chief. Teddy Colonel made things pray for full recovery. Dear MRSM, your daughter, how everyone's safe. Beth and yours truly of grandchildren. We will be hearing from my date. Hannah's an exemplary servant. The beautiful Beth's. We observe and like a dragon. Above weather continued above all. Wanna be please use your do not hesitate you please Brooke. We should be noted that, if it exceeds the cost you expected, you want your drawer wishes from us. Your handicapped appointed to your husband. That she is Omomuka to your getting better we will be grateful to God. Servant of James Lawrence is your faithful friend. 17th small sincerity. Those that started 1 week of the March family of virtues. Was about a much be distributed to neighbors. Certainly surprised but should. Who no sentence some I say also. To was a good mood. We suppress the selfish. But, for dad, and worry such as the beginning is lost. Gradually mind loose. Of slogans. Even neglect is a bit that diligently work. What's after a great effort? In the feeling that intends may as well rest. Often I rest. Miss? I did not rap his head that cut the hair. Catch cold. March aunt. So told me not to come to heel. We rest in the good thing it. Emmy was out to do clay modeling quit the work of the house. Meg in needlework to be back from the King family. It will not have too much body. Or writing a letter to Washington. Was read to repeat the letter that came from Washington. Beth just is not lazy much. We did faithfully the bits and pieces were small work my day. Things I miss mom. When that dad is such that to worry about. Sobbing entered Dudu's door. Prayed secretly. 10 days after the mom is starting was Beth said. Meg's sister. I want you to come to see go to the Hammer family. Mom and do not forget that of those people. Would you said, then. It referred to as Meg should not because I tired too. So. Beth and asked to Joe's sister. Declined to say that because they caught a cold. You, why not that? Squid on their own, asked the Meg. I, gonna have to say, my day. If you are a baby sick, why do not know any good? Aunt, to cause to go to work. I have nursed the Rochin. I like going is getting worse. Her sister I think if it's no good unless Squid or Hannah. Quote. Beth is eager to say, Meg has promised to go tomorrow. Asked Hannah, to make things something delicious. I haven't you take them got. Beth, outside of the air I say to your body. Said Joe is to say. Also, it was crispy seems not nice words. I also I want to say. No you would have wrote this novel. But Beth, and I wish when I are tired headache too. Us saying, someone. It was a state such as that it really tired. Emmy is I come back soon. When the get-go hit Hashiri to that child good. And, we say is Meg. In I a little resting, waiting the return of Emmy. Beth is now next to the sofa to say so. Meg and Joe as relates to each of the work. Even if much standing 1 hour Emmy did not return. Hannah had been dozing in the kitchen. Beth, without way, gently wearing a hood. Put the thing to do to the poor children in the basket. Went out among the cold wind with a sad face. The Beth got home is considerably slow. Rising to go home and sneak upstairs. Was confined to the mother of the room. Joe is. When I went to the room at the errands. Beth and Red Eyes. Have a bottle of camphor in one hand. Was surprised to see that sitting in the medicine cabinet. And, what happened? When the jaws asked Beth did the hand movements that do not by near. Hammer's baby, before it came back with Aunt of died being held to me. Well, poor thing, it would have been, no matter how scared I should go. Miss, smiled regret of color to the face was embraced Beth over the big chair of the mother. It was not afraid. I was sad. Then that Rochin went to the doctor. I is holding a baby. Had let them rest Rochin. Soshatara, baby. And the cry to the older warmed. Foot became stuck and trembling with tay. Did you or to drink milk? But the other useless. Do not move not at all. Quote. I do not cry. Then, what's up? Until your doctor comes. The I was carrying. by saying that died to your doctor. Look at the throat of Henry High and Minna. It is of Chamber of Commerce and Industry heat. His wife, my more quickly and when is useless to come in. I said to the difficult face. Then, Aunt Hummel is. I tried to break in the hands of their own because it is poor. Please for such help if the other child. Then, it to me. Drink belladonna back to the house early. Otherwise, the you said also I take. Quote, oh, Beth, if you are suffering, how is not forgive yourself. Quote, okay, I drank the belladonna, seems to have become somewhat better. Ah, if you soon make mom is in the house. You are more than a week also. I moved surely those I went to the Hammer family. I come yon Hannah, because Hannah no also do a thing of the disease. It is not Kisa the Emmy, because Emmy is not applied yet. I'm a big change and the process moves. You and Meg's sister is. I think the other Atsura. Quote, I do not care I moved I think okay. To you to go just. You're writing silly things. But their own selfish reward. Miss? Muttered so. I went to consult to the place of Hannah. Hannah is not familiar, since said that there is no one die if you're even allowance. Joe is hot. Intern. Went to and the Meg by 2 people. Hannah, or look at the condition of Beth told me from variously asked. And I got to the allowance if I have medical examination to Banks teacher. Emmys let me partakers in place for some time March and because don't turning. Then, still remains someone one person turn to Beth's your partner or not please raise. Quote, what remains has been decided to Joe. Emmy is. Say that it is not squid absolutely. Then go. And is better spent on Shaoxing heat. I began to need the wine. Even soothing. I do not hear even watermark. When asked a timely came Rory. Things like Rory is catching the hearts of many things Emmy. I was bubbling over. Put out the I-seated date face. Or unformed the condition of Beth. All are brought out to play. That old woman is. I'm like, so, I'll go tangled in I'll do as much as possible well. Play. Quote. Finally Emmy was aware. Megan miss. Come down from the 2nd floor. Emmy was relieved to know that you know. Also go to and the Banks teacher. Gave me the Rory. Kind Rory was going to come jump the hedge. Banks teacher in need. The Beth was diagnosed with signs of Shaoxing heat. And it was a difficult face to hear the story of the Hummel family. It was that would live most lightly. Emmy immediately ordered her to get from the house. From ask them to the benefits of prevention. Is protected by Rory and Jaw. I went to the Marchant home. Marchant listening to the story. So, not that it does not say. With the extra nosy M from or going to the poor man's house. Emmy is. Stay here. Would be nice once you have the patronage. I said. Was good. Emmy is. From aunt. To oversleep ice. Because it is stare. But I have become tired. Still. If Rory and Jaw will back. Then readjust care. I do not really can likely to endure. Let's do. I said. I thought. At that time, of Toko Aunt, is Polly the parrot. Get out, monster. And, since cried Emmy has cried griping. 18th followed by a dark day. Beth, undeniably. It was Shaoxing heat. Hannah and the doctor only. Did not know that it is the critical condition. Lauren says. Because Rotai. Because it was not allowed to inquire after the sick. Hannah has to do with one person all. Meg. When you write a letter to the mother, does not touch a word to that of Beth, but we feel like committing a small sin. This is when Hannah must not be multiplied by the superfluous worry. Stop was because Joe was cut for Beth, high thermal Beth, or a cuckoo that hit the piano, or try to sing in the throat, which swell up, so or no longer know the face of the people around. Completely misscared would be. Hannah called the tell to the mother. Hannah to some places that say do you want to do so? Come communication from Washington, and relapse is sick dad. Was that not crowded looked back for the time being. Day after day, sat among home joylessly, hoping the return of parents, and Beth of recovery. the heart of the sisters are working in, would have been what Omokuru Shika. But, everyone has received a lesson to heart, respectively. Meg, life up to now, can redeem in gold, than any luxury. We know that is far tatoi. Miss Beth becomes ill, was the first time to know the virtues of Beth. Live for the other person. You try to fun in the home to the hand of work. The war mood. We know that tatoi than the talent and property and beauty. Emmy is. I wanted to work home early for Beth. Beth, not willing to toil is the work that had been neglected of their own. I regret to think what gave me clean up how a lot. Rory is losing composure. Prowl the among of the house. Lawrence, not bear to remember the piano. Beth gave me comfort myself. I have over the key to the grand piano. Milkman also, bakery also, butcher also. Everyone asked that of Beth. Figure of Beth was the lonely invisible. Beth, I was placed beside a rag doll, but wanted to love to kitten. I was put up worried about the disease that the process moves. If a little is good mood. I wanted to write a letter, but, to them, the condition becomes worse. Consciousness is unknown. Now it refers to delirium. Banks teacher. Came even twice a day. Meg, we have prepared a telegram paper to put out attract the desk. One day in December. The day seems to winter. We pretend the wind is blowing snow. That morning, Banks' teacher was referred to as increasingly a medical examination. If, as his wife is away from the vicinity of your master, and where you would do better. Hannah. I nodded. Meg has fallen limp on the chair. Joe was turned pale as in Hitsuk in a telegram paper. Went out jumped to among the snowstorm. When you came shortly back. Come Rory. It came with a letter that Dad also was on the mend. But, since the face of the jaw is heartbreaking to overflowing. What happened? Beth's wrong? Yes. Of came struck telegram to the mother. Gonna any more me their face do not know. Dad also do not Irashara also mom. Becomes it say God also to far away. Quote. In the face of the jaw. It was flowing as tears waterfall. Since the staggering likely. Rory grabbed his hand, but he tried the words of something comforting. Since there is no word. Was Yari stroking gently the face of the jaw. Joe felt in mind the silence of sympathy, and finally settled down. I gained some more full of gratitude face.